Hrvy Dent, the country sensation himself.
Sensation.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
Welcome, man. Welcome. Like I was just telling you when we were walking up, I like seeing artists on this side of the water, Newport News, Hampton.
Yeah.
Most of the creative scene is on that side.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it going over here.
Because it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent on this side. It seems like don't nobody go outside for real. Like if you watch Timberland do his live, every blue moon you catch somebody. I was up there, was a guy, I can't remember his name. He from off Shell Road. Never heard him before in my life. Amazing.
Is it Bebe? You know, Bebe?
I know who Bebe is.
Yeah.
Nah.
My boy Daddy actually shot that video for massaging. Remember that? He said, I be massaging.
When the song came out, I was locked up when the song came out. And people was telling me, I know Bebe from a past life.
Okay.
So I know him. So to see that had happened, it was just genius. Whoever thought to put that together, because he's been doing that for as long as I've been alive. I'm 30. I'm about to be 35. And since I've known that man, he's been just rapping.
Is he homeless?
No. He just...
From what I heard, because I don't know, I forgot who we were talking to about it, Karen, but there was somebody was like, he's like a homeless guy, like he's in the streets. And then from what I hear, people took advantage of him. Like with that music career that he was starting, like they weren't really like giving him the money he was supposed to get. Like
it's kind of hard to, like, I feel like...
Pull up Bebe too, pull up that massage and shit, bro.
I don't know the logistics of it, like technically, but it's like, even if they did give him the money, it wouldn't have been good. Like, the best he could have did was got the money and looked out for him because he was going to do what he wanted to with it. And it would have been terrible.
I wanted to interview him for the longest. I still do. Yeah, this shit right here. So Deddy actually edited this or shot this. This was a classic, bro. How many views is this at now? Because I remember at the time when it came out, I think DJ Jazzy Jeff like spun this shit in like Tokyo or something.
Is that 507?
Yeah, 500,000 views.
That's
The
crazy.
real Bebe. Where's bro at?
Oh, he around.
We need to interview, bro.
I seen him, what's that, Brand News?
Yeah.
The Brand News, he was up there at the
Turn
store.
down. Mute it, Karen. Yeah.
Oh, and it's a real video.
No, oh, you haven't seen the video? It's a music video, official.
Oh, that's hard.
I be massaging. Bro. It's took over the world, low-key. So you actually know him? If you could set that up for us, I would be appreciative. I would definitely want to interview, bro.
It's just trying to figure out how to get in contact with him.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be hard to really get him locked in.
Because one thing for sure, I know he ain't got no phone.
Yeah. So you knew Bebe in a past life. You said, how long were you locked up for?
I did 6 years, 7 months.
Sheesh.
Then I did a year and a half on house arrest. I got out early for COVID. COVID hit. I got out on the COVID.
So you were one of those COVID releases.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? So you were locked up during COVID?
Yeah.
How was that? Because from what we saw on the outside, like it was crazy in there.
Yeah, it was miserable. Like, it was bad. Like, people was... At first, when it first happened, they won't tell nobody what was going on. It was like, they even got so bad. Well, at the time, everybody was fucking up anyway, so they took all the TVs and stuff, so we weren't watching TV and nothing like that. And
why did they take the TVs?
Because we was contraband and prostitutes running down the hill. I was in Morgantown, West Virginia. I was locked up in the federal system. So during the weekends, they had the prostitutes come down.
To the prison?
To the prison, because it ain't no fence. It's a camp. It's a camp, so it's a lower custody level prison. I did my last 4 years there. So they had the prostitutes come around and you'll go out.
Wait, this was sanctioned by the prison? They allowed prostitutes?
No. This is not legal. This is not what they do. You're not supposed to be doing this.
Okay.
It's just somebody who lives close by there, like near that city. They know some girls from out there, and he know that they'll come down, and they not cute, like they like meth heads. But it's like,
hey yo, you can't. Beggars can't be choosers.
Listen, you ain't had no ass in about 5 years.
This is like when you're, not to cut the story off, but when you're like, because I'm a construction worker, I do electric.
Yeah.
So I feel like being on a construction site is similar to like jail because it's all guys. So like any girl that you see on the job, like, even if she's ugly, she's like, yo, she the one, bro. Like, she fucking bad.
And that's how it is. But we got caught up doing that and cell phones and stuff like that, so they shut everything down. First, they take the commissary, then they take your TVs and stuff like that, put you on lockdown. So around that time, COVID had popped up. Now, everybody thinking that they're getting the flu. Everybody getting real sick, taking people to the hole, people not coming back. We thinking that the flu done happened and, shit going crazy. So when we finally get the TVs back...
Oh, so your quarantine was in the hole.
Like, This is before they even thought about that.
Okay.
Like they was still trying to figure it out. When they was still trying to figure out what was going on, they was like, for real, what it was, a CO got sick. A CO had caught it, and they ain't had no choice but to come around and let people know what was going on. But yeah, they ain't had no choice but to tell us because the CO got sick. TVs came back on. We seeing what's going on. You know, people calling home. You hearing what's going on. So COVID, they like COVID here. So now they got to take the actual precautions of making quarantine and all of that stuff. So what he did, he locked us down and made us stay in our units. In the units, and at first it was you could be in the unit and roam around, watch TV and stuff. But once it got real bad, you had to stay on your wing.
Was Trump president at the time?
Yeah, freshly.
Okay.
Like,
See, I remember they were saying people were getting out early. We saw a bunch of videos of like
the cocaine laws changed.
Inmates. The what?
The cocaine laws changed. He signed the bill for the cocaine law. Sent home thousands of people
that were locked up for cocaine, just like users.
Nah, like even like
dealers
people,
too.
Anybody. See what it was? The cocaine, the original cocaine law was fucked up. You'll meet a guy got locked up for 3-4 ounces. He got 22 years for 3-4 ounces of crack. So with that, they dropped down the guidelines, passing the cocaine law where it's not so severe because it was a Schedule 1 offense. So with that, it's like they just trying to get people off the streets, keep them in prison.
Yeah, I never understood. I never agreed with people just getting locked up for, first of all, doing drugs.
Yeah.
I think as an adult, you should be able to put whatever you want in your body. Pause.
Yeah.
And I mean, even I can see like the dealers that are big dealers and like certain drugs, there is like a lot of murder involved. And like if you're at like the cartel level or if you're like really harming people, I can see getting those people off the streets.
Yeah.
But like small time dealers, what's the point really?
The way how the federal system works is like they investigate you. You're not getting no crackhead and locking them up in the federal system. You're not gonna waste their time with it. They watch you, like in my particular situation, they watched this for 2 years. So they accumulate.
Oh, so yours was drug related crime?
Yeah, I got locked up for I got conspiracy of heroin. Conspiracy of distribution of heroin. So they watch you because they make sure that they have a 98% conviction rate. The federal system does.
I've heard that. I've heard that. So they pretty much only take cases on they know they're gonna win.
We're not gonna waste that. They're not gonna waste their time. So what they do, they watch you for a little while, and then once they feel like they got enough, they come and pick you up. Now the thing about the federal system, they got a thing called the hearsay law. Same thing with conspiracy. Conspiracy is you, one other person, be like, I bought this much drugs from this guy for this amount of time, and that's what it is. So if you bought 2 ounces every day, 7 days a week for 4 months, you got such and such kilos. That's how that works. Up. They add it up. Even if you don't get caught with those drugs.
Just because someone said it.
Yeah.
I thought a witness was like the lowest form of evidence.
See, but what it is that once they get the witness and they start piecing it together, after about the 3rd or 4th guy telling on you, they'll start to investigate you. And they'll have videos and pictures and stuff like that. People wearing wires on you. They'll build the case. Now, you specifically, like, you don't really have to sell too much to them. Like, I know we sold out of...
you're allowed to talk about all this now because it's...
Yeah, it's over.
Okay.
I got locked up for 4.5 kilos. Out of 4.5 kilos, about 2.5 ounces was bought by an informant. But they still charge you with the 4.5 kilos. I've never seen 4.5 kilos before in my life. Never. Mm-hmm. I'm a nickel and dime hustler. That's what I was. So for you to still give us that type of time for that just because of how it works, it makes no sense. Like, it's not fair at all. Like, it's set up for you to lose. Then they got another one where they say that you're known to have a gun and you got a couple pictures with the guns, they hit you with the gun charge too. So
even if they don't catch you with a gun?
They stack the charges up on you so you have to plead out to something. Like, you ain't got no choice. You probably had like 6-7 counts.
Even if you didn't do all of them, you're going to plead guilty because you have a better chance.
Because if you don't, they'll supersede. They have a supersedement indictment. First, they send the indictment. Supersedement indictment, they give you a timeline. Like, you got this amount of weeks to sign this plea or tell on somebody. Over a supersede indictment, which will say, like, it's all us together. Y'all ain't do nothing, but y'all just around me. They'll come pick you up and them up. Now it's more people to tell on you. Do you really want them to be, say she got kids. Do you really want her to be locked up and she got kids? Knowing what you're doing wrong? You sign the plea. You ain't got no choice.
Were you making music before you went in?
Yeah. I was, that's when I was rapping. I was rapping and it was back then I didn't know the logistics of stuff. I didn't. So I was getting fiends to steal blank CDs, and I had my peoples burn them up. I got like 5,000.
That's like $10, bro.
Yeah,
he having fiends steal CDs.
I got like 5,000 CDs and had my peoples burn all of them up. My first mixtape was the shit tape.
What year was this?
This was like 2014, 15.
Okay.
So the shit tape, I had the shit tape, and I had all my information wrote down on it: Facebook, Instagram, phone number, and I put them in sandwich bags. And I used to pass them out every time I seen somebody. I told people if you don't like the CD, I give you $1. You can call me. That's my number up there.
Just give them out for free.
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't care about the money. I was in the streets. So paying for the radio and all that stuff, I got good enough. I met a couple A&Rs. Universal came and talked to me. I never forget it. I was doing an interview for UG Music. Yeah, I was doing an interview for UG Music.
For UG Music?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a guy named Ham. Rest in peace, Ham. Ham passed away. It was podcasting before podcasting was a thing. So what he did, he had us come out. He had
well, podcasting was a thing in 2014.
Yeah, but it won't big. It ain't like how it is now.
A lot less shows. Joe Rogan was still going crazy at that time. I think Flagrant. It was like a few shows.
Yeah.
It wasn't like thousands of podcasts like it is now.
Yeah, because I didn't get hip to him until after.
Okay. So UG hit you up.
Yeah. They had SK Satori. He hosted. So did that. Had the guy from Universal come out while I did that. And when he pulled up, I was outside serving people.
The sandwich bag CDs or?
No, actual drugs.
Okay.
I was actually selling drugs outside the place when he came to see me. So when he sat down and talked to me, he was like, I like the music. I like what you got going on. Like, you got it. He said, but your lifestyle's not going to work. He said that they're not going to waste their time investing money in me because I'm a liability. And me being arrogant and really on a lot of drugs, I didn't care. You know, I basically just threw it in his face. That don't mean nothing to me. So got that done. And
what kind of buzz did you have at the time? Like, how did this company find you? Like, why did they want to work with you?
What it was, I started doing shows. Me and my guy, we started putting money up and doing our own shows. First show was Styles P. We did Styles P, I Heart Memphis.
Open up for him.
Yeah. Then we did,
so you guys actually created the show and booked them and okay, yeah.
Had him come down. I did Yo Gotti. In DC. And then we did last show was Waka Flocka out in Chesapeake.
Okay.
And when I got picked up, when he kicked in my house, I was in New York at Atlantic Records for a distribution deal. I get the phone call like, yo, they kicked in the crib. And I was like, damn. I went to the studio that morning, had like an hour with the A&R. I recorded 4 songs in an hour. And he was like, yeah, we gonna do it. We gonna run it. So that night, my mama like, yo, they didn't kick in the house. And I was like, oh, man.
And you're in D.C.?
No, I'm in New York.
New York.
Yeah, I'm in New York. And I was like, man. So I told dude, like, I don't know what's gonna happen when we go back. So I ain't want to sign the contract. Good thing I didn't, because I didn't know nothing. They was gonna get me.
Did you have like an internet presence at the time, or are these people they're just seeing you throw these shows like locally?
Yeah, just locally. Because I started getting on the radio. I was paying Jack Spade, Rick G's and all of them, paying them to get on the radio. Like I was doing it like real street level, like how Master P was. I was doing it the old way. I didn't know nothing about the digital wave. So when things started to pick up, and just knowing the right people, giving me the right opportunities, that's really what helped a lot too. Like people just like, nah, you need to hear my guy. Like, we set up the interview with you. And I fucked him up.
I think even in today's age, there is still room for that Master P formula, that ground level, that word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like everything right now is digital, but I think if you do it the right way and get creative, you can like set yourself apart from other artists. Like if people in your city see you in real life,
yeah,
and then they can go back to the social media, see the internet presence. The internet presence is solid. They see your content, but then they also see you in real life doing stuff. It will, in their mind, you're gonna be in a whole different bracket than people that they just see online. Because you know, it feels more personal.
Me personally, I'd rather meet in person. I like the hand-to-hand meeting people in person. Internet, I stay on the internet, but I'm not tech savvy at all. I would rather it be like an event or we meet out and about and I let you know what I do and you see what I do. Because I don't like sitting typing.
Yeah.
It just drives me crazy.
I think I discovered you when we did the Refresh the Page segment. I think you submitted to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, doing country music? Oh, and it's actually fire?
Yeah.
I was like, this Shabuzi cousin? Like, what's going on? I look back on your stuff, and you weren't always making country music.
No.
From what I see on Spotify, like, I don't know if you took stuff down. You just said you were making stuff in 2014, but on Spotify, like all platforms, your newest stuff is 2023. Mm-hmm. I wrote it down. So you had an EP in 2023 called Believe in Hrvy Dent, and then you also had an album in 2024, I Woke Up Like This.
Yeah.
Both of these are rapping.
Yeah.
I mean, you're rapping, but I would also say it's a little different because it's not the like average rap beat you would expect. It's more like pop-ish type beats. I don't know if you would consider it that.
Yeah.
You even had a feature from Big Money Period on I Need like 2024, which I feel like was rare because he don't even like rap anymore, I don't think, like that.
All of that music came from 2013. That was all music
both of those albums.
Yeah, it was all
before
music
you got locked up, you made this stuff.
I had about 100 songs.
Okay.
So when I came home, what it was is that when I got the time, the judge told me like I had a gift. She was like, but you got to do better with your message to the people. She was like, it's not right what you doing and what you pushing. And it stuck with me the whole time I was locked up. So when I came home, I was trying to do something different, but I wanted to get that old music out the way too, just to have a presence. So I tried to do like a more positive thing, and it didn't feel right. It didn't fit right. So it was about like last year when the Bar song came out, I heard Shabuzi a Bar song, and then I heard Post Malone and Morgan Wallen, and I had some help. And I was like, man, I could do that shit.
Nah, Morgan Wallen and Dirk, what's that song they got? That shit
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
with the leaving the girl at the bar. Mm-hmm. How'd that shit go?
That was the first time I seen it blended with country, rap and country blended together. So I was like, I can do that.
Type in Lil Durk, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, because I'm not a Durk fan, not a big Durk fan.
Okay. What's it called? Broadway Girls. Yeah, I should have left them Broadway Girls alone. That shit. Yeah, that's fire. That's a fire song.
But yeah, I got to that, and I was like, let me try it. At first, I did like some trap country beat, and I was like, nah, let me take it serious. And that's how I came up with Meant to Be. I wrote Meant to Be, went and recorded it at Blacklight Studio, and like 3 days later, I told everybody like, yo, I'm about to do country music.
Does it? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. But what funny thing is that me and G White was putting an album together called Sold My Soul for Dope.
Okay.
Because I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just go back into it. I wrote 10 songs, made 10 songs, wrote, recorded, got with Batman, even mixed and mastered. Got with Batman, was about to do the press run with it. And I popped up and was like, no, I'm about to do country music.
And it was already finished.
Yeah. Scrapped. He just in the abyss now.
We have a really hard episode with G White too.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a gimmick to you making country music, or are you like genuinely passionate about it and like this is actually the music you want to make?
I just really love it. It's simple, but it's like I could tell my story in my own little way. Cause I've never been a flashy guy. Like I've never been into chains and fancy clothes and shit like that. Like I'm a very simple guy. So for me, authentically and aesthetically, this feels more comfortable. Like I feel like me. I can laugh and joke and be cool and not have to be hard sometimes. I don't have to do that at all. So it's like I'm free, basically. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
You feel like stepping out of the box of making rap music in the country has a sense of freedom.
Yeah. It took for me to look at it from a different perspective. And country music was the perspective.
I think country music has a lot more potential. Obviously, it's a fucking huge genre. I never really was really too into it. But over time, it does get repetitive hearing rap artists rap with the same flows, rap with the same subject matter.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like anything new. So after a while, it's like, I've seen this before. Like, you know what I mean?
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't sell dope no more. I can't keep talking about dope. I ain't so dope in forever.
If you ask Jeezy or Push, you can.
Yeah. And I don't want to be that. My whole thing, I didn't want to be stuck in that box.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be stuck in that box because I love music and I can create any kind of music. And I love all music. So I don't want to be stuck in the boxes as a Pusha T or something like that. Like, don't make me just that street guy. I want to do songs with Katy Perry. I want to do songs with Taylor Swift.
Katy Perry just went into space. You saw that?
Yeah.
Yo, people are saying that was fake. Have you seen that? Pull that up, Karen. So Katy Perry and I think Gayle King and a few other people just went in the...
3 other females?
I think it was all women, and it was like Jeff Bezos' company. I forgot what it's called, but they all went into space and came back.
And
but there are people saying it's fake because there's a video going around where it's like when they land and it's supposed to be like sealed.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be able to just open like that. You know what I'm saying? And then there's like a video where it's like before Jeff Bezos goes up to open it, like one of the girls from the inside like opens it, like, and then they like close it real quick.
Oh man.
And then he goes and opens it.
Cause I seen them.
What does that say? Is this about the conspiracy? What is this? Who's saying this? Unfortunately for Katy Perry, that space flight turned out exactly how we all knew it would. What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Go down. Scroll to the right. As stupid as I thought it would be, it was even stupider. It was one thing to understand intellectually that Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Lauren Sanchez's much hyped all-female trip to space aboard the Blue Origin, that's his company, Blue Origin rocket would, in actuality, only be an underwhelming 11 minutes long. But it was another to watch it play out over a multi-hour, breathless live stream that culminated with Perry kissing the earth like a soldier returning from war and not a multimillionaire returning from the world's shortest influencer trip. If this flight is to have any world historical significance, it will be for achieving previously uncharted levels of tastelessness. Yo, what the hell? So, they took up space, all right, space in our psyches that we will never get back.
So how long was they up there?
I guess 11 minutes. So go to Twitter, go to X, type in Blue Origin flight fake or something like that. We don't know, obviously, if it's true or not. It's just a conspiracy, but it's interesting to.
So you mean tell me they shot a rocket into space?
It wasn't even a real rocket. Did you see the picture of it? It looks like a damn, like a little dome type circle. Like it didn't. It's about. It's that right there. Go down a little bit so you can see it.
And he took it out of space for 11 minutes and came back.
Look, she kisses the ground when she comes out. Way to make everything about you, Katy Perry.
How all of them fit in that little thing like that?
They're not your size, bro.
That is true. That is true.
I also see you don't you do like food reviews or something, and you're called like the My Fattest Life?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Because I just love to eat, man. I'm fat, man.
Come on.
They say if it tastes good and it look good, I'm gonna try it.
Is there any descriptions on why they think it's fake? Windows don't match.
I was about to say that.
I mean, like, what's the point of faking? That's my whole thing. Like, why would you fake it?
To get people to get the stock. Have you seen what their stocks look like? Is their stock still down?
Blue Origin?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm not sure. Type in the Blue Origin stock rise after flight or something like that.
I know like last week stocks was like at an all-time low.
Well, all stocks went, the whole stock market went low because of the tariffs that Trump put up.
Yeah.
And he's fucking up the whole market right now. It might work out well for America in the future. I don't know. I don't know too much about the tariffs. Have you been paying attention to it?
Yeah, I've been seeing it, but I don't know too much neither.
It's pretty much, it boils down to the Trump administration wants to bring back manufacturing to America.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And they want countries to pay us our fair share of taxes.
Yeah.
Because we pay a lot of tariffs to other countries.
Yeah.
And we haven't really been charging them like that for the past few decades.
Yeah.
And so they want to tax these other countries for the stuff they import into America, and ultimately they want to like outcompete them and bring the manufacturing back here. Because I think COVID was a wake up call for a lot of Americans. Like, yo, if shit comes down to it, we don't have our stuff. We don't make any of the stuff we need, from medicine to food to everything. All the shit we need, computer chips to run technology. Like, we're so reliant on other countries, and I think they're finally waking up to that and trying to change that. And it might, like I say, it might be some turmoil here in the short term.
Yeah.
With the tariffs. It might raise price a little bit, but I think ultimately in the long run, it will be beneficial for us.
Yeah. And it'll make a lot more opportunities too.
Yeah, create a lot of jobs. Like, how many states you see in America? I think like Detroit is one of the big examples where the manufacturing, like I think Detroit was cars, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Ford.
A lot of people in that generation had jobs. They raised families. They bought homes. And when the manufacturing left, it's just like turned shit into a ghost town.
Yeah. Because it's like, why would I work these workers here and I can get it cheaper way over there?
Yeah. So you do 6.5 years, a year and a half on house arrest. Side note, I had a friend in high school that was in fucking house arrest like the whole high school. He just kept getting in trouble and was literally on house arrest like the whole high school.
If I would have known what I know now about house arrest, I would have just stayed.
Why?
Because it's like being 10 years old at your mama's house, having to come in with the street lights on and everything.
You allowed to go to work though, or
Yeah. Only good thing came out from that year on house arrest was getting some ass. I could have waited for the rest of that stuff. I could have waited.
We didn't really get to it. So you mentioned that this prison that you were at had prostitutes coming down on the weekend.
Yeah.
Did you indulge in that?
Yeah. Got to get a little piece.
Come on. Bro, that's
a little piece. It's been a little while. Got to give me a little something.
Nobody ever got like caught for it or in trouble?
Yeah.
I feel like the fucking the guard or something were like somehow eating off that.
Yeah, probably.
Somebody had to be allowing like somebody's gonna know that there's women coming in and like.
But they come down, man. They come down throughout the woods, man. They come out the woods out of the middle of nowhere. The real crazy thing is that they don't get eaten or nothing. Because when I tell you Morgantown is in the middle of nowhere,
eaten by wolves or something,
like coyotes. They got coyotes and bears and shit out there. Like, to come down there for that little bit of money.
That bitch she gotta be dirty. Even the bears don't want her. Even the coyote said, I'm good, man. That's crazy.
It's like, you really thugging it out to come down here like this. And you locked up. First thing you say, well, she give me something.
How much was it?
Clinic. $50. You send 50.
That's dedication, bro. If I'm a hoe, and I'm going through the woods, it's coyotes, it's bears. I'm trying to make my way to this prison because I know I can make some money there.
Yeah.
I got customers there that have no other choice. You got the market cornered.
Yeah.
Imagine you're the only person with weed in the city. They got a cop from you.
Yeah.
You the only person with pussy on this whole compound.
Exactly. And then you in West Virginia. It ain't really nothing out in West Virginia. I don't even know how they surviving selling ass out there. Like, it's nothing out there. It's nothing out there.
That's hilarious, bro. Okay, so you get out, you drop all the music that you had. Well, even before that, so you're making music 2014. You're having fiends steal blank CDs, burning them, passing them out. Mm-hmm. You have a few like meetings with people or like labels that might be interested in you. Ultimately, your lifestyle is the reason that it doesn't move forward.
Yeah.
You get locked up, you come out, you drop all the music that you had made before that, and you start on this country journey. Mm-hmm. You feel like there's a lot more freedom involved in it, creative freedom, you can tell your story. I also noticed you're in a group with two other guys, Seven Siege, I think 6 Speed, Nikki, and is her name Nation?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that group come along? What are you guys doing right now?
Well, 7 Siege is a label. It's all three of us together. Yeah, it's a label. All three of us are different artists. 6 Speed is the rapper. Nation is like rapper pop. So all of us went to high school together. All of us went to Bethel.
Okay.
So
I went to Warwick, by the way.
Warwick.
Yeah.
Get out. And the first video I did when I came home, damn shame I can't remember the name of my own music. But did a video and Nation came out and he was like, yo, I'm doing music. I want you to come check me out of the studio. Went to the studio with him, listened to the music. I did a song with him. And we've been together ever since.
What about Nikki?
Same thing. He just came on along. Like, they was already 7 Siege was a group before I got out. It was them two and 2 other guys. So I guess during COVID things slowed down and everybody went on their separate ways. But Nation and 6 Speed stayed together. And so when I came home, we started taking it serious and picking up.
And I noticed that Dimitri, Modern Vision, has been doing a lot of your videos.
Yeah.
I actually know that guy. I've known him for a few years. I've known him since like 2018, 19. Like, I used to do music too. He did a bunch of my videos back in the day.
Love him to death.
Bro, me and him did a video. You can pull it up if you want, Karen, just so I can show him real quick. We did a video for this song I had during the pandemic, like the height of the pandemic. So we go to DC and to shoot a music video. I rent a Tesla. Actually, I had this guy rent it for me. It was this guy that I met in LA. Mm-hmm. He was like a 40, 50-year-old guy, like white guy, and he was just in LA, but his family and his wife lived in DC. His wife was like a congresswoman or some shit. Yeah. He's in LA doing coke and like just signing these, like, I don't know how the fuck he got all his money. He had a lot of money, but he was just giving money to like underground rappers. He's just in this underground rap world, and his wife's across country like a fucking congresswoman and shit. Like, go to, I forgot what the fucking song was even called. Go down.
I feel good.
It's that one right there. Bottom right. Bottom right. What's it called? Oh, yeah, Our Time Freestyle. I just want to show them the part. So we pull up in this Tesla, literally in D.C., and this one shot just literally perfectly encapsulates what was going on at the time. Like, hold up. Scroll through the video. Where the Tesla is when we're, like, in the street. Keep going. There's a bunch of effects in this video.
I see.
Full Metal edited it.
Hey, yo.
Keep going. It's a part. It's like not really in effects. We're just like in the street. Might be at the end.
Hey, this went hard though.
No, it's actually pretty dope song too. Go. Keep going. It's on the side right there. Let that keep going. I think it's right there. Stop it.
That's him right there. Isn't it?
There was a. So I don't know if there's the shot, but there's a shot. Basically, it kind of, to me, encapsulates the pandemic. You see us, you see people with masks, you see like the run with the mod, like graffiti up on the wall. Like it felt kind of dystopian just being out there. Everybody thought we was like famous and shit. They were like taking pictures of us and shit. But we just pulled up. I told bro, have his camera ready. I was like, yo, bro, we just pull up, hop out, do the scene real quick, and we out. Like have everything ready.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Why you don't do the music no more?
I just felt like I said everything I had to say in my music. Be honest with you.
That was a hell of an answer.
Yeah. It was fun. Like I started making music, bro, in like 2009, 10. Even in those days, like I'm in high school. For me, all my grades aligned with the year. Yeah. So when I started 9th grade, it was 2009. When I started 10th grade, it was 2010. So like it's all like, you know what I'm saying? So like 2009, I'm making music and I'm doing skits with my friends like on YouTube. I'm using my friends as actors and shit like before anybody was doing shit like that.
Yeah.
So pretty much like everything I'm doing now, I was doing it in some capacity like, what's that, like fucking 16 years ago?
Yeah. So how you start doing this?
This?
Yeah.
I always loved podcasts. I've been watching Joe Rogan for a while. I've been watching Brilliant Idiots, which is Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the God's podcast. They've been doing that shit for like over 10 years. I always loved podcasts. I had an idea of starting one. I was going to start a different one with one of my friends, this girl I know, Avery. We were going to start a podcast. That kind of didn't happen. I built this studio. At the time, I was in a group, we had a rap group called Slumdogs. We made one album and it came out, which was actually really fire, but then we broke up after that album. So I kind of made this studio to have a place to do that, and then I was going to start a podcast. I don't know, bro. I don't know. People ask me why I started it, or it was just an idea. I just wanted to do it, and I just felt like it was a natural progression from my music.
Did you think it'd be what it is now?
What is it now? I don't know what it is now.
Don't do that, because this is a pretty big thing here. Like you are really growing. Don't hit me with that humble shit. I think that.
It's real, bro. Like, thank God for everything we've done so far. God willing, we'll go way further, but we don't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you might know about with your stuff too. Like when you're in it and you're just creating the stuff, you don't think too much about outside like opinion or like how are people perceiving this. Like we're just making shit. Like we make a lot of stuff, so I make stuff and move on to the next thing. I'm not even thinking about.
The one thing for sure, you can tell that you really enjoy this.
I do.
Like you have a ball doing this.
I do. I do. I think that's important with anything you're doing, like music. Whatever, fucking vlogging, any type of content. I think if you're not genuinely enjoying it and passionate about it, like that will translate through the camera and people will see like that you're not really into that shit. Like, and who wants to do stuff they don't want to do? I'm in this to make so All For Real is gonna be like a media conglomerate. We're gonna do a lot of stuff outside the podcast. You see, we're already doing skits and shit.
I see
but like,
the skits.
We're doing that, but it's gonna be a lot more like short films. We'll probably sign other shows under here, like. It'll be like some bar stools type shit. Yeah. I think I could just do it. I have fun doing it. I love business. I'm kind of good at the business on the back end as well. Networking, like all the stuff that I love to do, it's kind of it's in this field. All the stuff that I've kind of built, like I've been working my skill on building and shit. It's in this field, so I can see myself going far with it. Now it's about just kind of staying consistent, which I know you know for yourself too. Like we even talked about before the show, like. Most people quit, bro. Most people really quit before they're able to see it through. You ever seen that meme where it's like the two dudes digging for diaments? Yeah. The top and bottom.
He right there.
That guy's right there. He turns around and that guy just keeps going a little further.
Cause it's a fight, man. Like it's easy to tell people to be consistent and be dedicated, but you really got to be passionate about it. Cause it be times where life be lifing.
Life be life, man.
You got to make real decisions. Like, do I want to eat today or do I want to go to the studio? Like, it gets like that sometimes, and it's just on how bad you want it. And everybody ain't got that dog in them. So
everybody's not ambitious.
No.
Everybody's not dedicated, even without the money. I mean, obviously life be lifing, but even if your life is chill, whatever, you got the money, you're making and stuff, it gets hard to keep going when you keep failing.
Yeah.
When nothing's working. Yo, I just made this. You make the hardest song of your life. Yo, I'm about to push this shit. And it doesn't blow. Oh, you're like, fuck. So it's like, you have to be comfortable with failure. The way I always say it is like, failure, if you're failing, you're learning, right? So in this
really
field,
failure though? Is that
I'm
failure?
saying, technically it's not. It's about your perspective, but you are a fan. Whatever. We put up this podcast, it doesn't go viral. Technically, we failed.
Okay.
Not really, but technically, if you want to look at it like that,
I guess
right?
it's the goal that you set for yourself.
Right? So, but the trick is to fail often.
Yeah.
So keep failing as much as you can, because that's how you're learning as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then you just get better each time.
That's a hell of a way to, I like that.
Who the hardest rapper on 7 Siege?
6 Speed. 6 Speed is the greatest rapper ever.
I should say who the best artist. Who the hardest artist on 7 Siege?
I'm still going with 6 Speed. He's the greatest. He's the greatest artist ever.
Who's been making music the longest out of you guys?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah. They're a little bit newer, but yeah, it's me. I've been doing it the longest.
I saw 6 Speed is actually opening up for Currency at a show, I think May 4th, Ember Music Hall in Richmond.
My birthday weekend, too.
Yeah?
My birthday
Or
on
either
2nd.
of you guys gonna be on the show with him, or is
No, it's
just him?
Yeah. All of us are totally different. Like not unless it's a local show, you probably won't see us on the same ticket. Not for nothing major, because we don't have none of the same sounds.
You mentioned
doing country music for Currency is crazy.
Maybe not. I don't know. It might be cool. It's a show right here. It's Currency and the 747. Is that his band, the 747 band?
I want to say yeah.
Okay. May 4th,
MB Music
420
Hall.
tour. Currency been going crazy for fucking
Ever.
15 years too, probably more like 20 for real. I think he used to be part of Cash Money, didn't he?
Yeah. And he was with 504 Boys. He was with No Limit too. Started with No Limit.
So he really got like 20 years in the game.
Mm-hmm. Squad Up, all of that. That's
Currency, Currency is one of those artists that never let his core fans down.
Never.
You know, a lot of fans, like, I hate to say it, but Wiz Khalifa as well. I love Wiz. Grew up watching Day to Days. Like, that was my favorite artist at one point.
He got too much money now.
It's just eventually it gets to a point where the music is just not as good. They switch it up in a way to where, like, I understand you want to evolve. We're not trying to box you in as your fans, but, like, at least make some fire shit.
I feel like that.
Don't devolve.
Yeah, I feel
make
like,
worse music.
I feel like when you get that first real big check, it changes your perspective of things, because now I'm not thinking the same way how I used to create. And that's why you end up with random stuff that you don't really know. You just trying shit.
Or you just like go on a hiatus.
Yeah.
A lot of artists get that money, and that's why you don't see them for a while. They're good.
Because
they don't need to.
Who knows where Jay Electronica is right now?
Bro, Jay Electronica is one of my, he's one of those ones. I always looked at myself as like a Jay Electronica. Like if I were to like be in the game rapping, I'd be like Jay Electronica lane.
Yeah.
Like not super known. The ones who know. Just I'm making like revolutionary shit, like on some consciousness shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of always saw myself.
Damn right. Cause he come. When he comes now.
That shit he got with Jay-Z, it's like APIDTA or something like that.
That last album, yeah.
Bro.
That whole last album was hard.
Yeah. I fuck with Mos Def too. Which one?
That Jay Electronica dropped the album like 2 years ago.
Which one is that, Karen?
I can't remember the name.
I probably heard it, but let me see what it is.
Definitely Mos Def, yeah.
Mos Def one of them ones. I actually had my last album I put out, I got a song called Black Star up there.
Damn right.
Because off the Black Star had dropped a new album like right around that time. What's his new album? A Written Testimony? I don't think it's that one, is it? Zoom in on that, on the albums?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's his newest one? Oh, I think that's the one that the APIDTA shit is on. With Jay-Z.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that song is fire.
I loved it. Like Common is one of my top 5 favorite rappers. So like that whole genre of backpack rappers, I love it. Pharoah Monch and all of them, man. Like I love that type of hip hop. Cause he just, I don't know, it's different. Black Thought, all of them, like it ain't nothing like that.
I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
I feel like we will.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about to pop back up. The closest thing to it right now, well, recently, I would say like Earth Gang and them is that with a little extra to it.
Earth Gang's still kind of like previous era.
Yeah, like newer to it, but I feel like it's about to go full circle because the way how Griselda popped back up with what he did, it's inevitable. History always repeats itself.
What they do?
Basically, it's like Griselda bought the old feeling of the Locks. DMX and all of them when he first came out. Reasonable Doubt, that feel. That's what Griselda is. So it's like they're like our Wu-Tang. Griselda is our Wu-Tang in our generation.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay.
So, like, that's what he gave that type of feel. So the next thing coming, because them doing that birth, you got Stove God, you got Ricky and all of them, plus Dave East and all of them doing that. Somebody gonna pop back up conscious.
I almost kind of put La Russell in backpack rap.
Yeah, definitely do. I definitely do, and I love La Russell.
Yeah, I like he was actually in the city not too long ago.
Like, yeah,
somebody did an event and he was out here speaking.
Yeah, yeah. Like him, yeah, he close to it, but it's just he got the bay in him. That's why it don't sound the same, because he got that bounce. Mm-hmm. It's definitely gonna be different, but it's gonna be backpack.
I said this in the last episode or like a couple episodes ago, and I got some flack for it from people in the comments. So I think somebody took it the wrong way, but I was like, I feel like hip hop is losing influence from where it was. Like in 2025, I don't know if hip hop is the most influential genre anymore. What do you think?
It's hard to say because like it still dominates, even though like on the charts, no. Well, I can't say that neither. Because you still
Drake dominating.
Yeah, you got
Kendrick just did his thing.
Like hip hop is still hip hop. It's just not how we used to see it. It's not as dominant as we know it as. Like it don't seem like ain't nobody doing a DMX run. Ain't nobody dropping 4 platinum albums in hip hop because it's not the same passion for it. People blow up now in hip hop for a check.
It's not the same passion from the artists.
Yeah, they're not really caring about the art. It's the money. Like I can get a bag from this. Everybody think they can rap now. And all it takes is for one person to hear something that's catchy, you put enough money behind it, boom, it go. So it's like, it's not the same. It's not the same. But you can't let it go because people are still mimicking this. You heard the Japanese rapping?
Yeah.
Man, like, I don't know what they're saying, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But that lets you know how influential it still is, though. For people in other countries to still mimic it.
But people in other countries are kind of late on stuff.
Yeah, that too.
They're late on it, and they also will like respect it for a lot longer.
Yeah.
So you got like 90s artists, or you got like old school hip hop artists that still do well across seas. They do better over the seas than in America.
Yeah.
So it's like that's also another thing. That's also another point. The level of influence it has is different in America and outside America. It could be two different things.
I can't say that neither, because people still want to be rappers. Everybody wants to be a rapper still.
People want to be streamers now.
That too.
I think also that plays into it. Like rapping, it felt like coming up as a kid, it felt like the easiest in to like the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be a rapper. Because you didn't really like know about too much about other professions, like how to, like it felt like the level of entry to these other things was higher. Rapping felt kind of easier to get into, so everybody tried to do that.
And streaming.
Now it's like you got streamers, you got millions of different types of content you could be making online. So like those almost also feel easier than rapping.
Yeah.
It's much easier to be a fucking
content creator.
Content creator. I could go do foodie reviews. Not saying that's like not shitting on that. But it's easier to do that than create an original sound and push your music and get on with music. Like, so there's like this other content stuff is easier to get into. The bar is lower to get into that.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard. It's hard. Cause even then, like even when people are doing other content, most likely they putting rap songs to their content.
Maybe. I love hip hop.
Yeah.
Not trying to show.
Yeah. I know.
My first ever like rap I listened to was 50 Cent. Yeah. Elementary school.
That's a great.
Listening to that shit on my CD player.
That's a great beginning.
I found out about 50 Cent first, then Eminem.
Yeah.
I'm getting into all that shit. Then I started getting into like punk rock, like middle school type vibes. I'm skateboarding. I'm listening to rock, like Creed, fucking Fall Out Boy. Like I'm more like Linkin Park, fucking like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
You got the straight jackets and the loops with the bell bottom.
I didn't do all that. I did have long hair though. I had long hair at one point. My hair was like past my shoulders at one point.
You did the hacky sack?
I ain't never getting a hacky sack. Honestly, bro, I was always doing a bunch of shit. Like I tried out so much shit in my life, bro. I was skateboarding, I played soccer, I played football, I did ballroom dance. Yeah. I sold drugs.
Ballroom dance?
I did ballroom dance in like 6th or 7th grade for like a semester because I thought it was about to be like hoes in there. But it wasn't. It was like
you still know how to do anything?
Nah, not for real. It was like ugly girls in it, so I quit.
You doing periods in the crib just random.
It was alright. I don't know.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
I was always the one that experiment with a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest of my brothers. I have 2 little brothers. Yeah. So I was always the one fucking up, trying everything so they didn't have to. Like I got suspended hella in school. I got expelled. Like I was fucking up.
I'm be honest. Into expulsion is crazy.
Yeah. You know, it's ninth. I started smoking weed like 8th grade, summer going into 9th grade, and after that, your ambitions pretty much die. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's when everybody started to get high.
I still remember the first time I got high. The first time I smoked weed. It was like in my boys' like neighborhood. It was this big ass tree. It was like a big ass tree, and it was like concave on the inside, so you could literally go inside it, and it's like the trees around you, but it's like a hole inside.
Did you smoke inside the tree?
Yeah, we went inside the tree. We smoked out like a water bottle. We made like a water bottle bong.
Yeah, that's like the best first time.
You know what I'm saying? We walked to the Chinese restaurant after that.
Damn, is the tree still there?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, you know, who's knocking trees down like that in the neighborhoods?
That is true. I get high in the tree. Like today.
Bro.
My first time smoking, I was on a ditch. It was down there by Mallory Elementary.
Okay.
All this, I think it was like 12 of us, one blunt. Probably hit it like twice.
Probably got high as fuck.
High as fuck.
Yeah.
Went straight.
The weed was different back then.
Yeah. Or was it just because we was young?
Probably because we were young, our tolerance was low, but also weed has changed, bro.
Yeah, it's changed dramatically.
Like I probably talked about this on the show before too. So if you heard me talk about this, I apologize. But there was a Breakfast Club interview, bro. You know Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
New York, Charlemagne on him, Envy, and there was a guy from the Nation of Islam on there. And this was like 2013, 14, and he was talking shit about today's weed. And at that time, this is like 12 years ago, he was like, yo, don't trust today's weed. Yeah. Especially when the government gets involved in selling it. He's like, basically, he was like, they're putting chemicals in it to feminize the men and masculinize the women.
I remember the guy with
and that shit always stuck with me, bro, because I feel like ever since then, it has been a little shift in the culture. Yeah. It's been a lot of feminine men and masculine women. Everybody, so I don't know if that was actually true.
Everybody painting their nails and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. Not even about just painting your nails. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't do that, but to each his own. But
you know, if you want,
it's just being like people's like mindsets have shifted. Like it seems like everything has changed.
I feel like
I graduated 2013. Like I feel since then, like the world has changed so much, bro. Just how we perceive the world, like how we like what ideas are at the forefront of society. Like it's so different.
I feel like it's like that because we're not our parents.
What do you mean by that?
We're the adults now. Like when we came up, our parents were the adults. And I know like, I can't speak for everybody's parents, but I know like my mom, like it's like, it's nothing outside of what's here.
What do you mean?
They're not very open-minded about things. They're not going to go try nothing new. They're afraid of things. And they came up in that culture because of our grandparents. Like just to be scared of that, don't try that, don't do that. So now with us coming up, just resenting that, we actually trying different things, so we don't know what we doing. And that's why the world is so weird, because we don't know. Nobody we know has ever tried.
Nobody ever knew.
Yeah.
Even our parents. Like we grew up thinking like, yo, I grew up thinking like, yo, there's this age you get to, like you grow up and now you know everything.
Yeah.
Shit makes sense.
No, I still don't know.
I don't think you ever get there.
35, still don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom has me when she was like 19. So it's like, she's a fucking kid, bro. Yeah. I'm 29 now. So I can imagine myself at 19. I didn't know shit, bro. Mm-hmm. There's no manual that comes with having a kid. And then my parents also, I'm from Bosnia. So we moved over here when I was like 4.
Bosnia?
Yeah, you know what that is?
You have so many interesting things about you.
Thanks. Have you heard of Bosnia?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's in Europe, like right next to Italy. But so my parents came here, didn't speak the language. They really had to just lock in. My dad working like 2 jobs, my mom working.
Have you always spoke English? Do you speak other languages?
I speak Bosnian.
Oh, you do?
I came here when I was 4. So I taught myself English. So when I got to America, I was like 3.5, 4, and school started like 6 months later. Mm. So in that 6 months, being a 4-year-old, I taught myself English well enough in a home where nobody speaks English. I'm the only one. Like my parents speak Bosnian. Yeah. I taught myself English well enough to start school with like regular American kids. Because when you come from a different country, if you don't speak English, they put you in ESOL. Yeah. It's like, so you learn regular shit, but then you also learn English. Yeah. Just so through watching TV, I learned English. I would say I learned English and I got my swag from watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Saved by the Bell. So like Will Smith and Zach Morris combined, that's my swag.
You like a little kryptonite baby. That's crazy.
But yeah, so just through watching those shows, watching TV, I literally taught myself English well enough to be like with the regular American kids.
No,
so I always had like a knack for language. I always loved words, like learning new words and shit. Like my mom said, I was speaking in full sentences and walking before one.
Yeah, you made it in a bottle. Gas to be.
Kryptonite Baby.
Yeah, look, Kryptonite Baby. That's
Kryptonite's
amazing.
a great song though. Who's that? By Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you didn't think I knew something like that. I seen that.
I know you know about a lot of shit. You know about a lot of shit. The prostitutes put you on with it.
Well, you know.
So you heard Kryptonite. That was your Kryptonite. I want to interview one of these girls.
Play the song back again.
Bro, so you mentioned you got inspired by seeing what Shabuzi did.
Yeah.
Must have felt good that he was also from Virginia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And because he was black. Like it's a couple of black artists, country artists, but he did it different.
Who's that one kid? He looks like a young
Kevin
kid.
Smiley?
Kevin Smiley. Look at
the one with NBA Youngboy? You got the song?
I think so. He's fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called Matador. So yeah, like after seeing Shabuzi, it took me down the rabbit hole of seeing everybody else. Yeah. Of seeing everybody else. But it's not hip hop all the way. But it's still hip hop. So it's like I've never heard it like that. So it was like, oh, I can do that. Like that really was that aha moment. Cause I tried pop music. I tried like singing like R&B-ish. I didn't like that neither. I didn't like the way I didn't like that. It sounded good, but that ain't me.
Seeing Shabuzi and Tommy Richmond go up inspired me. Just even doing what I'm doing. Just people from Virginia, just like that. They're like the first people in this new era of VA that have blown up. Tommy going crazy. Tommy Richmond, he's dropping a remix with Sexy Red, I think. He's been pushing that.
Today.
I will say this about Tommy Richmond. I love his music. I love Tommy Richmond's music. But he has no swag.
Mm. He dressed like he came from a trailer park.
I'm just talking about like his mannerisms and like how he talks. I'm sorry, Tommy. I love your music.
It's like I don't know what to do with my hands.
He's like,
yeah,
like he just be doing it like so awkward, bro. I'm like, what's going on?
But that come from people making music in a house and putting it on the internet, and then you blow. It's like I've never been outside.
I don't know if that's the case with him. I'm sure he was outside.
It had to be.
But there is a lot of people that blow up too early.
Yeah.
Like Ice Spice. She blew up early as fuck before she even really knew how to perform. Her first performances, everybody's saying like she's like trash. But seeing them two guys blow up, bro, was mad inspiring. And I think it's still early enough in the game for more. I'm sure there'll be more black country artists, but it doesn't feel oversaturated yet.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's still early in the game with that.
I feel like every couple years, Virginia get a big artist to go.
Who was the one before Shabuzi or Tommy Richmond?
I remember before I got locked up, it was Drum.
Drum, for sure. That was like 2011, 12 time? 2013, 14? Yeah, which he's still going.
Yeah, Drum got picked up, and it was somebody else too. I can't remember off the top of my head. And Big Will had got signed too.
Big Will, he has a few hits.
Yeah.
We did actually a really fire episode with Big Will.
It's like it trickles down. Every couple of years, somebody will get signed to something major, and it'll trickle down, and everybody else will get picked up too. But for some reason, it fizzles out.
It fizzles out.
I don't know why. I wasn't around for the fizzle out. When I came back, I'm thinking that people would be, up there. And it's like, what happened?
Even that dude from, what's the guy that had the song, the white guy, he made the song In the Woods.
Anthony Oliver?
Anthony Oliver, or Oliver Anthony. Oliver Anthony. The Rich Neck in Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond or something like that. It kind of fizzled out.
But he's like one of those, he's really in the mountains and he doesn't care. Like
he probably built the core audience where he can drop whenever he wants. I mean, he had a Joe Rogan episode too, but
because he's still touring. Like I follow him on Instagram, he's still touring and stuff. But
he might have fucked up not taking that Bud Light deal though. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but
I would have took that.
He hardcore like sticking it to the man.
Fuck that. Get the money, then stick it.
He don't care, man. All he needs is his land. He out there in the woods with his dog and his wife. He don't care about nothing else.
Yeah,
you can't tell people like that.
I respect it.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. We've had a few people from the area get a certain notoriety and it seems like it fizzles out. I try to learn from the people in this area that have kind of had that. Like we've had a bunch of people, like even if they didn't make it to that like national scale, like Drum or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that got like pretty close or like got really big in a city. I'm more interested in the people that, because I kind of get it with the industry. If you make it to that level, you're in the industry. It's hard to stay on.
Yeah.
It's like times change. You got to evolve. You got to pivot. So I can see how people can fall off. You're like, people lose ambition, like we talked about earlier. Yeah. They might not have it in them to keep going. Mm-hmm. But where I'm interested is the people that are right on the cusp of blowing up, where you're the biggest thing in the city.
Yeah.
And like you're like right there, but for some reason you don't go past that threshold. And we've had a bunch of people like that.
I wonder if they get complacent.
For what I genuinely think it is, bro, people get complacent and they let their head get too big.
Yeah.
People start being people that no one wants to be around.
Yeah.
And I think they block a lot of their blessings. I think that's where the problem genuinely stems from.
And you get around people like you know people that's like that, and you like, man, like you know you only right here. It's like you only right here. Why you acting like that? But even if you go past it, it's just being a good person, man. At the end of the day,
I agree.
Like you can't just let all that go to your head and forget that people are people. You can't just treat them any kind of way because you somebody. That's just fucked up.
It starts to feel out of touch.
Yeah.
Like, the politicians that are like rich, which I don't even know how they get rich because they have like $100,000 a year salaries, but they're like millionaires. That's another topic. But it starts feeling like you lost the touch with the everyday person. So now you're not relatable anymore.
Yeah. Because it's like at some point, it's like listening to a Drake song. I don't know none of these hotels that he talks about. Like, I don't know what they are, but I like the way how he said it. But it's like when you get to that level where I was just in Turks and Caicos with 2 blonde ponies, riding the Sahara like the Sheik, I wouldn't know how to come back and talk to people. You're right. But at that time, it's like, you got to know who you're supposed to be around. You got to know who you're supposed to be around.
Know who you're supposed to be around, and
you got to
keep people around you that keep you grounded.
Yeah, and you got to remember where you came from at the same time. Like, it shouldn't be a point in your life where you come and talk, where you can't have a conversation with a regular man. Look at Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler worth $800 million.
From what I understand, Adam Sandler is really cool because I have a friend, he's also Bosnian, my boy Johnny. Yeah. He lives in Beverly Hills. Well, I think he actually just moved, but he used to live in Beverly Hills. And he worked at like the best hotel in Beverly Hills. I forgot what it was called now, but it's like rich people go there. I think Judge Judy, he was telling me like that Judge Judy owns the whole floor, like one whole floor, and that's like where she lives. Damn. But he has built I don't even know if you'd say he built a relationship, but he's met a bunch of famous people just like working there. And Adam Sandler is one person that he's seen like over the years where he kind of knows him now because he'll see him at work all the time. Yeah. And he was like, he's such a nice guy. Like he met his kids, all that. I think he actually said he went to a church with Justin Bieber before.
That's crazy.
So I do like the people that are like most successful in this shit usually are like genuine people and like good people.
Yeah.
And I think that could be forgotten. And I'm glad we're kind of out of that part of the culture. It's like, I feel like that was a previous era where like you felt like you had to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like that was a cool thing to do. To be like an asshole and like shit on people and like, yo, I'm better than everybody.
Yeah.
But in the era we are right now, I don't know if that flies anymore.
No. But I also understand that over time, like, you go through certain situations with people where you become callous to people. Mm. Like, you're not pretending to be an asshole. You just really that way because you're tired of people treating you a certain type of way.
Or people might have shit on you your whole come up. So now you're like, okay, I'm here now.
Or people just started using you because you came up. For you not to have no love and all this love come down because I'm somebody, like, mentally that could really fuck with somebody.
It can. You hear it all the time. People, when you get to that level, it's hard to know who like truly is your friend, who truly wants to be around you. So what I always think about too is like when you get success, how does that affect your creative process? Like we talked about earlier, people, it might fuck up their music now. And I'm trying to kind of be ahead of that because God willing, I expect us to get huge. So it's like, how do we stay ahead of that? How do we kind of stay locked in, not let like everything else that's going on around us like affect what we're doing?
I could say like now, like even now, like, you know, you get your moments where you get, I don't like writer's block, but you just not, it's not my thing right now. Like I can go months without writing music, but when I don't have the urge to write music, I do something else creatively. You got to focus that energy. You got to stay being creative because it's your gift. And then you find out that you're good at something else. If it's not music, it's social media. If it's not social media, I try playing with a camera. Anything, like you just got to keep the juices flowing, and then out of nowhere, you be ready to do music again. It's something that happen. You know, oh man, this would be a great song. It's just keeping the muscle going.
What do you got coming up next, man?
I got a new single. I got working on a new single coming out. I'm trying to make my mind up on which one. Right now, I'm just building a catalog and dropping music. Just trying to get my people, my believers, man. Trying to get my believers. But I want this to be big. I feel like it is going to be big. But I want it to be big. I want it to be something different. I want to be able to bring everybody together and just really make it.
I see the potential, man. Yeah. I believe in it. I think if you keep going with the style you're at right now, you're going to catch you one.
Yeah.
You're going to catch one for sure.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
And I don't want to say it's early because you've been doing this shit for over 10 years, but...
No, it's early.
It's early in this style.
Yeah, it's early.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like a brand new baby.
Come on. Appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you want to leave the people with?
Just be great, man. Be great and be kind to people.
Hell yeah.
It'll get you a lot further.
Come on. Hrvy Dent. Appreciate you, bro.
Believe in Hrvy Dent, baby.
Yes, sir. If you guys are watching this, we appreciate you for tuning in. All Bros links will be in the description. You got a bunch of music up on his Spotify. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you for having me, man.
Come on. Yes, sir.